Hey everybody, my name is Aaron and I quit my job to start a startup. It's called Hi-Hat and it makes being a fan into a game. I post new video blogs about my progress every Wednesday, so please comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. So this week I'm going to be talking about making money. So now I know that some startups probably start with a business plan that has all these things modeled out, and some startups just think I'm going to build something cool and we'll figure it out later. I'm sort of in the middle. I have some ideas about how the whole money thing is going to work out, but I don't have an MBA. I didn't go to business school or anything like that, so I can do the best with what I know, which is a fair amount. But knowing that plans are only useful until you actually try to initiate them, go into battle, so to speak, and then you find out that your planning was useful but your plan goes out the window. I just mangled like a whole bunch of different cliches and phrases, but you get the idea. So I recently made a bit of a financial model about what I need to do in order to make enough money to make up for the salary that I gave up when I left EA. And I figure that's a pretty good baseline because it basically answers the question of when do I stop eating my savings, which I think is a great thing to have an answer to. So I started building a model that would help me to figure out when I would reach that amount of money. And there are a few variables. So one of those variables is how many users per band per day will be using the app. What percentage of those users will spend money, and when they do, how much money will they spend? So this is a pretty standard way to model out the financials for a game, and I'm simplifying it dramatically, but for the sake of this video, that's what we get. And what I realized is that the key number is not any individual of those numbers of how many users per day per band, what's their conversion rate, which is what percentage of them will spend money. Really the question is, how many bands do I need to sign up? And because the bottleneck of the whole process is the sales part of the process, right? Like when you build software, you think that users will behave in a certain relatively predictable way when they use it. Then the question becomes user acquisition. And for me, the user acquisition question actually goes to band acquisition, because I'm relying on bands and their fans and their popularity to drive people into the app. So doing some calculations, the super optimistic calculation, which is like, there are a lot of users sticking around and they're spending a fair amount of money, etc., etc. I could get by with 8 bands. But I don't think that's going to happen. So I think what's probably much more reasonable is that my middle of the road or even like low end reasonable guesses work out, and the upper range of those models of how many bands I would need to attract to the app is 80. Which I labeled as manageable, but really anything that gets into the triple digits I would consider a failure. So I know that got really into the weeds, but just want to give you an idea of how I'm thinking about this. And my hope for the future is that a success will be, I have to sign up, let's say, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, 50 bands maybe. But I'm definitely going to have to make it more self-serve. I'm going to have to automate the process, and hopefully it goes well enough that when bands make money off of it, they go tell their friends who are in bands and they sign up as well. That's the goal. All right. That's it for this week. Please remember to subscribe. Please comment and send me messages and stuff. I always like to hear feedback. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.